is a beachway problem. It's a case study that you have to do. And whenever you do the case studies, as you know by now, that you need to read through and find out what's going on. So in summary, it says brainstorming session, number of suggestions, lessening the threat of liability to the city. One of the associates thinks the beachway should be made 15 feet wider. Another thinks the beachway should be lighted at night. Someone thinks a new path should be built on the beach side of the existing beachway for pedestrians only. Educating users about safety rules and etiquette. Now, signs or what, but that's just one suggestion. Another one, better striping and applying colors for different users. And remember, bikes should be equipped with bells, maybe. One of the best recommendations involve hiring uniformed beach hosts who would monitor the beachway, give advice, offer directions, and generally patrol the area. Now, your task in a short letter report. Outline the problem and list your recommendations. And then address your letter report to St. Petersburg City Council. Here's their address. Give your consulting firm a name and a Florida address to be made up. Naturally, you'd be happy to discuss your findings and recommendations with the council members. So that would be summary. Okay, so if you're wondering what kind of letter this needs to be, and they tell you right here that it's a letter report. It also tells you to outline the problem and list your recommendations. So one version is, or one area that may help you is on page 441, where it says justification or recommendation reports. And there's two strategies, direct and indirect. My thinking, and you can have your own thoughts, is that this is more of a direct strategy. But so you need to give your consulting firm a name. We went through that. And just let me give you some information. The things that you need to consider is that if I can see it there. Some things to think about. Okay. One is proper formatting. What I mean by proper formatting is that you should have major headlines and headings, and they need to be centered. Paragraphs not indented. Okay. And the document space is single space. Next, you need to think about appropriate tone. And what I mean by that, the text says level of formality that matches your audience. And if you look, your audience and who you're directing this to is the city council. So you want to be very precise in your words. Don't use slang. That type of thing. Now, the next part of this that you need to be careful of is direct introduction. And what I mean by direct introduction is that you give the purpose of the report in the first paragraph. And preferably the first opening line. Do not go, we're writing this because, or this report is because. Just something like, maybe I'm just thinking off the top of my head, our firm was requested to investigate and make recommendations on that type of thing. The next part of this would be logical organization. And what I mean by logical organization is that you have subsections. It says may be organized according to a timeline. And what that means is that there's a number of suggestions made or recommendations. Beachway should be made at least 15 or more feet wide. Beachway may be lighted at night. A new path on the beach side. Pedestrian only, educating users about safety rules and etiquette. So the steps that you can accomplish the soonest and the easiest would be things that would be done more recent, like educating your users about safety rules and etiquette. That is relatively simple to do as opposed to enlarging the path. The next thing maybe is better striping or applying colors to designate different uses for the beachway. That's something that's relatively easy and could be done, as opposed to, like I said, 15 or more feet wide. Lighting the beachway at night would be a problem because you have to put electrical, the lights, and everything else. So those first two recommendations is going to be based on funding. Money may be a problem. So the things, in other words, the easiest things to accomplish would be the easiest things you need to put in first, and that would go to the first part of the timeline. And as it continues to say, importance of subjects, but you have to be aware of the funding. And it's and easy to follow. And last, including summary, and in your summary, you want a short, concise description. Just like you would in an essay, you want to go back and repeat the purpose of this maybe, and reiterate the main points of this. You want to, again, just short and sweet problems that your company is addressing. And you can say something like, the problems we're going to address first is da 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 da, basically the safety patrol and all this. And the other problems like the lighting and enlarging pathways will be based on funding. So you could say that as your proposed solution. And that's the parts that has to be included in your letter. And I know it says short, but you're looking at 1, 2, 3, probably about 4 paragraphs. Let's see, direct introduction would probably be 1 paragraph. Local organization, subsections, importance of the subjects, and this would be 2 to 3 paragraphs. Probably get 2. And your concluding summary ideally should be 1 paragraph. So for something like this, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs isn't too bad. And like I said, there is a rough, this is not something you have to, but page 441 will give you a rough concept. Now, page 441 is a little different. It just kind of lets you see what it would look like with headers, this whole section right here. And this is what I'll be looking for in your answer. So if you have any questions, make sure you ask me, and I will be happy to go over this with you or to answer any questions you have. All right, take care. Bye-bye.